Hello everyone, this is Alireza. I will go for the context menu here. I'm not sure how long or how short this video will be. I didn't do any R&D on it, but it should be fairly straightforward. So, what do we want here is a call to a method. So process context menu, and we don't send in any event. We want to send an event. So event, and no, we sent in E. We have the E. Okay. So this will be a private void, and it accepts an event. We call it E. What we want, we say generic menu, and we call it menu equals to new generic menu. We say menu dot add item new GUI content break connection. Okay, the object we want to send in first it's false. We want a menu handler, so context callback, and we want to send in something. No, I don't have that. Okay, so I will make a private object. So private object, and we call it the connection button. Okay, so when we are here, we say the connection button equals to input, and we can totally do that. Here we can say connection button equals to the output, and we can totally do that because every one of these guys are part of object class, everything in here. So we say connection button. Okay, now after this guy we want to say menu.show as context, and finally e.use. So we use the event. Finally we want our callback, so private void context callback that accepts an object, and we call it obj. Okay, so here we say if obj is node input, we want to handle it some way, else if obj is node output, we want to handle it some way else. So here we say node input equals to obj as node input. We made sure that it's correct. Okay, and here we say node output, and we call it output, and node output. Okay, now to reset everything we need to keep track what we have inside the base first, and what we have actually in node input and node output. So is occupied is the first thing, and both have that. So close, please, close, close, node base. So we say input dot is occupied equals false, and here we say output dot is occupied equals to false. Okay, now before anything else we say if parent graph equals to null, simply return. Because we checked it here, we don't need to check it here. Okay? Now, for the input, we see parent node. Cool. So we say input dot parent node dot is occupied. No. So it will come late. So let's see. Connected output dot child node equals to null, and then connected output dot input ID equals -1 dot is occupied equals to false. Okay. Then we say the parent node equals to null. Okay. Anything else do we have on input? No. So that's that. Now if we have the output, we say output dot child node dot, and we don't have anything to do with that, but connected input ID equals -1 output dot child node equals to null. And I think we reset everything now. For the input we have a few bit more because we are going reverse, but child node is a node, so that should be okay. Let's see. Did I save it? Yeah. Okay, so let's redraw the connections. If I right click here, oh, break connection. Oh, we remove everything there. We don't need that. I think it's this guy. Yeah, so break connection, and we forgot something. So it's when we are clicking on output the child node dot active output equals to null output the child node dot. Okay. Before setting to null, that is occupied equals to false. Was that all? I hope so. So break connections, it breaks it that way. And why did I lose it? Break connection, and it's not setting this guy. It's still keeping the connection. And now if I want to connect, I'm losing that connection. So it wasn't this guy. Output the child node that inputs dot index of or connection ID. That's the input we are looking for. dot, oh come on, no, that's bad, it's index, okay, dot, and why are you not showing it out? No inputs of that. There we go. Dot. There we go. Parent node equals to null. That was what I was looking for. And dot connected output equals to null. And dot is occupied equals to null. False. Okay. Let's see. We can connect. And we break the connection. And when I'm clicking here, well, guess what? We shouldn't be able to do this, but I shouldn't be able to left click here. So we say we want to say is occupied, no, input that is occupied equals to false. Because now you see it's occupied, okay, and it's not occupied. It will become occupied now. And if I click it now here, nothing's happening, okay? So break connection. And nothing's happening, only we are selecting the node. And we just can't do that. Oh, look at that. I shouldn't be able to do this. If it's not there, it should be not occupied. So we say output dot is occupied equals to false to start with, and here when we finish that we should put that occupied to true. Input is occupied, then why am I doing false here? What I'm doing here? If then we say connected output that is occupied equals to false. Why am I setting it to false? And we are resetting it. If the connected output does not equal to null. Oh, okay, yeah, because each input will just accept one output, so we are resetting the output. Okay, then we say input dot connected output dot is occupied equals to true. So we set it. Now let's see. Okay, now it's not working. Now it's working. And we can break the connection. So the thing is that if I click on output, nothing's happening yet. So output to output won't work. Output to input, the moment I click, then it's get occupied and this guy is selected. And why are you not showing that guy now? My conditions for the output. We are saying if it's selected or child node. Okay, I think I've reset the child node. I need to set it. I'm setting it. I should do all of these after resetting that guy. So, boom. Now it's working. Okay. So if I break the connection here, it will break. I will reconnect. I can break. I don't get any context menu, only on the inputs and outputs. Cool. And I can still right click there. Okay, so if I connect this guy to this guy now, it will reset this guy and then connect this guy. Cool. Loving it. So not only we added a context menu, we also debugged our graph a little bit. Yep. So we added the ability to break the connections on our input and output. I can't use this line as Unity is doing it, unfortunately, but it should be fairly straightforward, you know. So, and you know, context menu. I don't know if context menu gets GUI content, boolean, and function, and no, it doesn't get any scheme. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, it looks like for context menu and generic menu, we can't use styles. Shame. Okay, that's okay. So, at least we have our... I saved it again. No. Okay. Seriously, I'm not sure why it's happening, but it's happening. Okay, so there we go. And I'm still showing this debug. Are you kidding me? No. Okay. Until next episode, that we will get busy on finalizing, moving toward finalization of this graph. Have fun, everybody. Bye-bye.